My ex-boyfriend, 23M, and I, 23F, were in a long-distance relationship for a few years. We were very serious and committed, met our families and planned our future together already. He was, and still is, working on his startup in a different country. I was studying abroad and only got job offers in the country that I was studying, but not in the country where he was working, so we decided to keep it long distance for another year. One day, my ex told me his best friend asked him to let his sister join the startup as an intern and become her mentor, as she was going to start uni soon. The first time that my ex and that girl met, he told me that she was very attractive. Of course, he still said things like he was only attracted to her appearance, and I still looked better. So I dropped my guard. As her mentor, he spent a lot of time with her. I never questioned anything because I trusted him. Also, her family is super rich and is one of the shareholders of his startup. A few months later, he told me he wanted to take a break with me because he wasn't sure about me anymore. I was surprised, so I kept asking what made him think like that. He kept beating around the bush, but eventually admitted that the girl above confessed to him. He said he reminded her that he was still with me, but now he wanted to take a break with me to sort out his feelings and come back only when his feelings are more certain. I was hurt and broke up with him because I felt like a second choice and I didn't want somebody who was uncertain about me. The next day he called me and told me that he still loved me a lot, that he will cut off that girl, that he was just scared that things will get awkward between him and his best friend. Since I still loved him, I believed his word and got back with him. But I started to grow paranoid about this relationship. It used to be my safe space and suddenly everything seemed so fake. So I told him I wanted to break up completely because it was just too much. He got all panicked and promised that he will do anything to restore my trust, even if he have to drop everything to be with me. As stupid as it sounded, I trusted him again. But then, the next day, he told me his startup was in crisis and he was very stressed, so he wanted to break up to focus on his startup. I was appalled because I literally wanted to break up with him yesterday, but the reason sounded legit to me at that time, so I accepted. I told him I would block him for a while to move on from this relationship. But then the next day, one of our mutual friends told me that my ex and that girl talked again on social media. I was furious and confronted him, asking if focusing on the startup was a lie. He got all panicked and said it was because I blocked him so he felt this void, and so he reached out to her to be a filler. He said he would be disappointed if this is the reason why we can't get back together anymore. He then called me, told me that he had really thought he would settle down with me, but right now his priority was just his startup. Also, he asked me for the explicit tape we filmed together that was on my phone to remind him of me. Yes, I was stupid. I believed him and sent it to him. Afterwards, I thought about the whole thing and was more rational. I texted him that what he did was cheating because he gave her his attention, made her felt all special to the point she thought she had a chance with him. He did admit he did all that. I also said what that girl did was very disrespectful to our relationship. I also told him that him giving me empty promises when I tried to break up with him was very manipulative and it gave me false hope. He denied that he was cheating and was just simply following his feelings. Because he rejected her when she confessed and only went to her after breaking up, it wasn't cheating. He also said he has fallen out of love with me for a while now and only upholding this illusion of being in love with me. That's why he gave me promises. She actually made him realize that. So the only thing he felt guilty for was fooling himself that he was in love with me and not breaking up with me sooner. Phew, that was long. I just want to get this off my chest and find empathy from strangers on Reddit. Update. Thanks for the kind words, guys. He finally says he is sorry for betraying my trust/love. But he then says he has feelings for this girl, and what happens next between him and her is none of my business. I mean, he's not wrong, but it still bothers me a bit that the cheater and the one who got in between our relationship can get together without guilt. But yeah, I blocked him on everything. A Redditor comments, "Lil sis, I'm going to put you up on game. He kept you around until he found something else. It just so happened a rich chick fell in his lap as his mentorship. All that back and forth, make up then break up, was to see how much control he had over you, just in case he needed a backup plan. The emotional vulnerability he displayed was to manipulate you. I'm pretty sure someone from your past would emotionally neglect you. Emotions are your kryptonite. True emotional reflection affects all parts of a person's being. The only time he was choked up is when OP confronted him on his suspect behaviors. He was so confused about OP her tape was the cure-all. This was words from Big Lil Bro and I'm out. Original poster replies, "Wow, that hits hard." A Redditor comments, "The fact that he made her feel special and dropped you so quickly, so many times says a lot about his character. He does everything for himself. He only wants you when it's convenient for him. People like him don't deserve love." Original poster replies, "Haha, that's what my therapist said as well." A Redditor comments, "That tape may come back to haunt you." Original poster replies, "Geez, I hope not. He said he deleted it already." Redditor replies, "I know he said that, but for some reason, a lot of men lie about those things. If he becomes unstable, no telling what or the girl, she finds it, may do with it. I was just reading about a situation that a married woman in India had a friend find a tape of she and her husband up on a random site." OP replies, "Oh wow, new fear unlocked, ha." Redditor replies, "Sweetie, I am not trying to be mean. I am just cautioning to police yourself. I know that the younger people live and die by their phones. Leaving a lasting social footprint was never something we had to worry about. It is just that now private can become public very easily." OP replies, "Yeah, I know you were just trying to warn me. Thank you, I really appreciate it. I definitely will learn from this."